topic I didn't get to a couple of weeks ago, and I might have a radical opinion on this. Y'all might disagree with me heavily on this, but I'm gonna get to it. Dr. Umar Johnson. Oh man, all I've been seeing for 3 weeks now is, the fall of Dr. Umar. It's crazy how the critique did change though. This is not to bail him out or give him bail or defend him. They told me for years that he didn't own a school. They told me he did not own a school, that he was collecting money, he did not own a building. Now we find out that his building that he owned, that he did own it and it's been auctioned off, now is, he was wasting the money. I'm just asking the question here. Have any of you seen anything from Dr. Umar that says that he's taking his money and spending it on himself? He showed us his home. He's shown us, we see how he dressed. We've seen his car. I haven't seen anything that shows somebody who's taking money and spending it frivolously, who's just wasting money. I see a person who has terrible money management and shot for the stars and didn't even reach the moon. And I got another thing I'm gonna say. I think a lot of the problem with Dr. Umar and possibly even trying to fund a building for a school is that his talking points were not popular. Though he is popular because he's controversial on the internet. His anti-LGBT viewpoints, what he says about interracial dating, and the fact that this school was supposed to be particularly for black boys. I'm going to say it. I think that's why he didn't get the funding he may have needed. Now, y'all may say he's a scammer. Let's stop talking about it. Forget it. He finally got exposed. He's a scammer. I just don't follow that completely.
On August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a notice to auction off the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy campus for unpaid vacant property registration fees. I repeat, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a lien to auction off the campus we bought.
Oh, what up, Ashley? Good to see you.
The campus we've been working on for 6.5 years. I was not notified of this. We were not notified of this. This past weekend, without an email. This past weekend, without a letter in the mail. This past weekend, without a phone call. The city of Wilmington put a notice on the door handle of both of our schools, informing me that if we don't pay the past due vacant property registration fees and outstanding utilities by the 25th of Black August, they will sell our campus.
Now, I'm pretty sure you already know all this. I don't need to play the whole thing. But, so I see, obviously, you already heard everything I'm pretty sure about this. The fall of Umar, the scammer, like I said. And I saw a lot of people comparing him to another brother, King Randall, I think that's his name, where he has a school. He does work with young black children, particularly young black boys. And they were comparing what Umar didn't do to what he did do. And I got to say, there's a difference. There's a big difference in what happened. Ashley said, although very educated, come on now, Umar is an op. Wouldn't be surprised if he works alongside any of the ABC agencies. It's an entire plant. Shake my head. I disagree. I don't think anything Dr. Umar has said publicly goes along with something that hurts or harms black people. Unless you just have the ideology that Pan-Africanism is just a negative thing, we need to get rid of it. If that's your point, then I back up away from that. But what has Umar said that is a negative for Black America? He said he's not along with certain agendas. He doesn't support interracial dating. He doesn't support certain negative aspects of hip hop and his influence on Black America. He doesn't support either political party. I don't know. If your whole point is just he's a Pan-African, that's a negative thing, or that he's a scammer, he's taking money away and selling false hope to the people, and I back up. But I don't think his platform is really a anti-black thing. But they compare him to King Randall, and I want to say this. The King Randall dude, congratulations, shout out to him. I want to shout out to him. But the King Randall dude to me, in my opinion, was able to get funding for the things that he need because of white people. I've seen the Randall dude. He'll say something not inflammatory or negative about black people, but it'll be just racism isn't a big issue in 2025. We gotta build on our own. It's nothing inflammatory, nothing crazy. But you'll have people that say, saying that racism isn't the problem, the black people that disagree with him. And under his comment section, it'll be a bunch of white people agreeing with him, saying thank you for standing for what's right, yada yada yada. And he'll put a link for donations. I saw it with my own 2 eyes like 2 years ago. He said something that went viral like crazy. He had so many donations from white people for saying it. And he took the money and put it back into his community with the black youth. So my point is, I've seen people get more money for support for black issues from white people than from black people. That's just what I've seen. Actually said I could care less about him being Pan-African, and I'm not saying he's anti-black, but just like with plants that were put in the Nation of Islam and Black Panthers, he's no different. I guess we agree to disagree. I don't know if I agree with him being a plant, though. I don't know if I agree with that. But hey, who knows? As we in the time where everything getting exposed, if they took his school and stuff and they ready to bring him down, if he's some type of plant being used for whatever agenda, we may see more come out on him. Let's move. I'm not going to stay on this long. But this right here. Lightyear writer defends film lesbian couple after Snoop Dogg critique. I'm proud of it. People said Randall already had a foundation before he started going on Fox and other platforms. No, I'm not talking about him being right wing or nothing. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying on social media, when I see him go viral and ask for donations for support his thing like a couple years ago, it was mainly white people. I'm not saying that's a negative. I'm saying he hustling. I'm saying he's saying what he knows is going. I believe he say things that he knows is going to entice, particularly white people, to come along and give him the funds. I'm not saying he don't believe what he's saying. I'm not saying he lying or whatever. I'm saying he knows how to play the game. He get his money and he puts it back into his community. That's why I respect it. I don't say nothing negative about him, even if I disagree with some of the things he says. Because whatever he say, any money that we see him get from donations or whatever, we see it go back to black youth. So it's nothing bad to say. Anima says, dry begging women for money is negative. If men are builders, they should be this sole source for income. Well, that's not, it's the same thing with church. You know, the money for the pastor or the church in general comes from the women in the church. Women are very, it's strange because if you're trying to build a business or a platform, women are extremely important, particularly amongst black people. Black women are extremely important to build a platform. But it's a situation where you can easily lose them. With black men, it's extremely hard to get a strong black male support. It's extremely hard to get black male support, but once you got them, you don't lose them easily. So it's a weird thing. Actually said all the funding he's received as far as donations, there is no reason why he doesn't have money more than one school built at this point. Where's the money going? Well, how much money has he received? Has he ever made that public? Because I remember maybe years ago, he had a public, his donation, however he was donating money, he had it public, the number. And everybody went and checked and saw the money was still there. It wasn't being taken out. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't see a person who's scamming and committing fraud against people because he hasn't purchased, or he's not moving, he's not taking vacations, unless he's just taking the money and storing it for the future, then that's a whole other thing. He playing the long game, the long con game. That's different. But I haven't seen anything. I think it's bad money management. And he even said on his interview on the Joe Budden podcast that he think he would be a lot further in his plans had he got married a lot younger. And I agree with him. I think if he would have had a real system around him to hold him accountable in certain ways, he would have been more focused. I think when you were somebody like him who got all these ideas and things you're trying to do at the same time, you're just all over the place mentally. So because he's all over the place mentally, he's not able to bog down and get one thing done. And let's not act like he's not making great money from his speeches. So I don't see a reason why he would be spending donation money when he's getting 10, 15, 20K for his speeches that he's getting around the country. I don't know. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. Maybe I'm being delusional. Anonymous says, black men have been making a lot of excuses for this man. What happened to accountability? Is that only for black women too? No, it's not. It's not. Anonymous says he's spending it on drugs and sloppy women. That's why you're not seeing it. Well, what's the evidence of the women? There's only one woman in the last 10 years that's came out and said he's had relations with her. And that was a stripper back in like 2018 or something. She was a Hotep stripper. That was her name on social media. But maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, getting through this.